Hello, my name's Jane Pierce. My business is Tarot Jane, and I'm here to talk to you about astrology today. I hope all of you survived yesterday's Mercury retrograde. I know it kicked a lot of people's butts and certainly seemed to do quite a bit to Facebook and Instagram. Not that any of you are surprised that that's the kind of thing that's going to happen when Mercury is retrograde. This is a particularly powerful Mercury retrograde, which means that we'll be feeling its effects more intensely. That's because Mercury is making tons of angles and because it started Mercury retrograde and ends on some significant times. Usually the full moon gives you a 2-week period, and ours is coming up next Wednesday, that you've got things growing, and you've got 2 weeks of the new moon where things are developing. Starting over. So the new moon is a beginning and the full moon is a harvesting and spreading. And both of those have been really strongly impacted by this Mercury retrograde. So Mercury went retrograde so close to the day of the full moon that you may have felt the Mercury retrograde in that full moon, in that new moon energy. And it's going to go until March 28th. And on March 28th, we're going to feel that new moon energy again, because lo and behold, Mercury stops going retrograde exactly where that new moon was. I'm told that's a lot of astrology hoobly-gook. Let me get down to the basics. Mercury retrograde was horrible yesterday, and today it's going to be better. The sun is going to help it out and say, listen, if there is any day in this Mercury retrograde you want to get something done, today is the day to do it. So hop on it. You get a much better angle, and we've got some other angles that are helping us out. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Octavia. Thank you so much for joining us. So Mars is in Taurus, which is a practical sign, and Saturn is in Capricorn, which is another practical earth sign. Those two planets are trine, and that's going to help us move slow and steady forward. Usually, Mercury retrogrades are a time to reflect and review, to move backwards and inwards rather than forward. We've got a chance to make that different. That Mars and Saturn trine is going to mean if we do the slow, steady route, we can move forward. And honestly, Mars is so determined and stubborn, I'd say, in Taurus, that you might not be able to stop yourself from moving forward. Go ahead with that Mars-Saturn trine to move forward. Just do it slow and steady. Neptune keeps getting in the mix here, trying to get us to believe things that are a little bit too hard to believe. Hi, Leah. So nice to see you. So take that Neptune and the deep spiritual wanting to believe and apply it in a slow, steady way, because that Mars trine Saturn wants you to win, will help you be successful, but only if you do it in a very earthy, grounded, stable way. The rest of this weekend even is just crazy busy with Mercury. We're looking at Mercury squaring Jupiter, which is not going to be fun. We're looking at Mercury sextiling Pluto and Mars later on, which are going to be fantastic. So know that that square with Jupiter is going to be short-lived. It's going to amplify, like Jupiter always does, all of the Mercury retrograde things we've been dealing with. So when that happens, take a deep breath, keep your calm. This is not a time for hurt words. Chiron has been here with Pisces and the Mercury, and it's really, really hard not to hurt people with our words in this retrograde. However, you can do a wonderful job of hearing someone else's pain. So this time is the time not to fix the pain, not to solve the pain, just to listen to it. And if you're doing that, then your communication isn't as critical, and you can be patient if somebody else's communication isn't at its best. That's the best approach to this Mercury. That full moon that we've got next Wednesday is going to make it easier. Our full moon is actually a really powerful one. One of the reasons the full moon is going to be powerful is it's going to happen in the very first degree with the sun in Aries. So astrologically, the year goes from the spring equinox all the way to the next spring equinox. And we've been doing this Mercury retrograde in Pisces saying, I got almost to the end of the year, and now I want you to review what happens before we really finish and start something new. Well, Here's our first taste of starting something new. We got the sun goes into Aries in 0 degrees, which means Libra, where the full moon is opposite the sun, is going to be in 0 degrees Libra. So let me say that again. Sun's in 0 degrees Aries, moon's in 0 degrees Libra, and we've got this urge to balance out that need to find justice and objectivity. And we need that so much right now in Mercury retrograde. So the next Wednesday's full moon is going to be fantastic. Use that energy. Use this Mercury time to listen. Because, hi, Megan, it's great to see you. Because listening means you can add the extra patience. And the miscommunications then aren't as hard when you're on the listening end. So try to use that. Remember, this doesn't last forever. March 28th, Mercury comes out of retrograde, and we are really going to rock things at that point. We're going to have the sun in Aries. We're going to get eventually Mercury back to Aries, and things are going to really pick up, and we'll all start hustling. So if these are slow times right now, appreciate the slowness. Listen when you can, because give it a couple weeks, and we are going to be barreling straight ahead. And if you got to get something done, remember, slow and steady is the way to do it this week. And let's all celebrate, because we are halfway through this horrible Mercury retrograde, and we won't have to deal with it again till July. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and if you've got any questions, let me know, because I love to talk about this stuff. And if I got too technical, just go ahead, shoot me a text or drop a question in here, and I'll explain myself. I'm so glad you joined me. And yes, you're right, Janice. You know it's going to get better. I hope you have a great day.